Hey everyone, I'm Nino King. I'm putting this guest video up for the Dark Cloud Let's Play.
Yeah. Holy crap, that is an awesome sword already.
Yeah, I know it's not the strongest one that he can get. I think everybody else does have their very strongest possible weapon. But I think the 7th Heaven is just the final version of the Bone Rapier that I built all the way up from scratch.
That is already... Again, that's already a big difference, is that everybody has ultimate weapons.
Yeah, it's not too hard to build everything up once you get to Dark Heaven Castle, because the Fairy King actually hangs out there and he sells every kind of upgrade attachment and every kind of gem. It's really expensive.
Ah, okay. And now everything is bright and sunny because we have saved the world. I guess.
Well, not necessarily. Once you've got a completed game file on your memory card, you can get to the Demon Shaft from any time in the game.
Oh, really?
Even in the beginning.
You can start a new file, and I don't know if you have to do a certain portion of the dungeon, but you can come straight here. So you'll probably notice there are no pits to jump across, no doors with wind, no Atla. You don't need any specific character for any part of this thing.
Alright,
Wow.
so it's just the main person, the main man. And you don't need to get anybody here, anything. Just
you
get
don't
through
need
the
to,
dungeon.
but it definitely helps to have all the characters powered up and ready to go, because every character's got different situations that they're good at fighting in.
Oh my god. Anti-Medu.
Yeah, I think this is an upgraded version of an enemy from the ship.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yes. I don't know why it's still called Anti, though.
Translation?
It's a Japanese thing about ages.
You do so little damage to this goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Oh, clubs! Oh yeah, look, clubs! Our good old enemies from the from the last dungeon.
Yeah, Antimedu basically just has killer defenses, but is really weak to a particular element.
What element
didn't
is that?
remember at that time which element it was. It is ice, actually, but I'll figure that out later.
Okay.
That sounds like a lot of what this place is. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, her breath is terribly smelly.
Yeah, and it can freeze you.
Oh shoot. Yeah, I know. Is there any reward at the bottom of the demon shaft?
There is. Actually, I think you're going up, but
Ah.
if you beat the final boss, I think you get the Chronicle 2 sword for Toan, which is his absolute strongest weapon.
Alright.
Okay, so just to live with you, Needle King, we didn't use the default names.
Yeah, we kind of did nothing but well, Hal specifically did nothing but name people after. He named the main character after me, and then named everything else JoJo's references.
Yeah,
So,
I caught
yeah.
that.
So I don't know.
I've
these
got
guys,
several files. One of them I used all the default names. This one I kind of messed around with.
This, yeah. So, yeah, I kind of forgot that everybody that Wamu does have a real name that isn't Wamu.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Ungaga, but I did not call him that.
Why? What did you call him?
His name in this file is Turban Head.
Turban Head.
I'm
Alright.
not proud of it.
What about this guy? What about this thing?
Stray cat.
Yeah, the cat girl is just Kitty.
See,
Alright.
much better than Stray Cat.
Yeah, Fairy
Well-
Boy, Kitty, Pigskin, Genie, Turban Head, and Propeller.
Alright. You know what? I approve. But yeah, honestly, it's really sad though that Hal didn't get the Sword of Zeus at the end of that, because that would have been awesome.
I was so close. I was so close. A couple bit more then I would have had it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised you didn't just hang on to the absorption until you got out of that floor and just go buy some holy from the Fairy King.
I know.
Here I am, I just got full absorption from a spot on the floor, and then I realized I have nothing to put on the weapon. I used it all up.
Aww.
Yeah, we called it abs. This thing's abs went full after doing a lot of sit-ups.
A sword.
Yeah, so I still got all the unique weapons, I just never really bothered to do anything with them.
Oh, funds increased a little bit.
Yep, so I just doubled my money. I think I came in here with like 300 or 700.
Reminds me of reminds me of that curse in Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door that every once in a while it can double your XP in battle, and if RNG dislikes you enough, you can get double XP at the end of a boss battle and get a free almost 2 level ups.
Ah, yeah, that was fun. Never forget this second Shadow Siren fight.
Yes.
So why are you fighting these guys? You've already got the Black Knight crest.
Because I like fighting the enemies, getting the experience, and particularly the money.
What do you need the money for?
Food.
Well, to buy more
The taxes.
Because I've got a whole, like, 3 stamina upgrades and 1 speed upgrade, and that's everything I've got.
It seems Pigskin here is not immune to tax evasion.
Yeah, that's not the best way to fight with him, really. I'll show some of the enemies he's good at fighting later on.
Alright. But yeah, that was a good old King Nothing being used.
Yeah, that's his name, King Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, I think with him, what you want to do is always use the charged attack. It eats through your weapon HP like nobody's business, but you're also immune to all damage.
That makes sense.
That is
A lot of these enemies can really do a lot of cheap shots. Ugh. I'm looking at the golems, the elementals from the desert area.
Dude, these weapons,
yeah.
these weapons are awesome.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage, and particularly Osmond here's got 3 different types of weapons that he can use. He's got the laser, which I'm using now, the machine guns, which you have to really build them up for them to be useful, but they can put out a lot of damage in a short time.
Yeah, but from what I remember, it takes up a lot of repair.
It does. I'm actually going to be using that G-Crusher later in the video.
Oh, dude,
Right now,
G-Crusher
it's,
sounds so cool.
Yeah, it's a very basic weapon right now, but later on, I'll be using it against some enemies. It's alright. One of the things I wanted to do over the course of the video was build it up to the next level, but I didn't quite get there. I think by the very end of the whole thing, it still needed a bit more endurance.
Alright.
Yeah, of course.
And some rock breaker, and that was about it. So every time I've got 3,000 Gilda at the end of one of these floors, I go and buy one of the upgrade gems and stick it on there.
And you throw a rock at it.
A lot of rocks.
Yeah, so pretty much any enemy with projectile weapons, you just want to grab the slingshot, strafe around them, and shoot over and over.
That's how you win.
That's how you win this game. Honestly, that was probably one of the... Oh, what were you saying, Hal?
That's what you do when you play the game properly.
Honestly, one of the more entertaining parts was like watching Hal struggle as he's like playing with undergeared characters, or that one time he got stuck as Stray Cat, and Stray Cat, he never used Stray Cat almost at all, so he was just slowly like chipping away at literally everything that got in his way.
I think everything just did like 2 to 5 damage.
Yeah, it's one of the downsides of this game is you've got 6 different characters to build up. And if you want to build up more than one weapon for any of them, like, for example, Steve, the talking slingshot.
Wait, what?
Old
Yes,
lady
this
power.
is Steve, the talking slingshot. If you have an enemy targeted, he'll just talk about that enemy.
That is an amazing slingshot.
His name's Steve.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did manage to get Steve when I was playing, but I just never got to show him off.
how dare you?
It's also the one slingshot that doesn't build up into the angel gear. It just builds up into Super Steve, and then that's the end of it.
Super Steve?
Super Steve.
Oh, I would love to see Super Steve.
Yeah,
That
I
should have been
can't remember what
endgame.
it looked like. I know I built up to it once, but usually I just go for the angel gear.
Yeah, but Super Steve just sounds like perfection.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you
it
do
does.
get a lot of hints from it. Like, if you're fighting some of the fish enemies on the moon, I think, he'll tell you about the existence of Martingarian.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay,
And
that's...
there's some enemies that drop potato cakes, and he'll tell you that they're good for catching a rare fish in Muskalaka.
Yeah, but we never did any of that.
There's a lot we didn't do.
So here's absolute brilliance. So I break myself out of freeze just as I'm about to get hit again.
Oh. Now you feel like a thunderhead with a turban head.
Well, it's not like I need all that many throbbing cherries, and I've got the steal ability, so I'm getting a lot of items from enemies. And I think
Oh yeah.
it's so easy to get steal. The weapons that have it drop so frequently that every character's got steal on their weapon.
Up, the abs are full. Time to upgrade. Now to upgrade from sit-ups to push-ups.
Can't skip leg day though. Never skip
Yeah,
leg
for a
day.
while I was just switching to different characters, then everybody would start building up their weapons. But
I love that it's called the G Crusher.
yeah. So here's a little trick. If you defeat an enemy and then switch weapons before that enemy disappears, the weapon you switch to gets the abs.
Damn, I
Really?
didn't even know that.
Wow.
So that way you can
Wow.
build up a weak weapon while using the strong weapon to actually kill the enemies. And then once you hit +5, you can break the weapon down and just build it into the weapon you're actually using and get a bunch of stat ups right away.
That is an awesome grinding trick.
Too bad we didn't learn about it.
That is really good.
How did you
Yeah,
have
so-
to do it the long way?
I kind of switch between weapons.
So here's a new enemy. I don't remember if this one appears anywhere else in the game.
I don't think so, but still, holy crap, King Nothing. He is fast. Especially
Body
with that
iron.
Drain's Feather.
That spin attack just does so much damage.
Well, maybe you should
Dude.
use King Nut. Maybe you should use Pigskin more.
And you even get splash damage.
Wow.
Steel Giant.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
guys have really annoying hitboxes too.
Yeah, that's my technique for taking down golems. Unfortunately, you don't want to use it on the steel ones because it just completely destroys your weapon. I think if I use it twice, then I'm in need of repairs.
Wow.
Why? Okay, makes
Well,
sense.
because metal enemies just take off too much of your weapon HP when you hit them.
Gotcha.
That's why I need to go for a distance.
Yeah, so once my weapon is broken a couple times, I start using Ruby for most of the metal enemies. There I am, I just repair my weapon and then it immediately needs repair again because I stepped on a spot that destroyed it.
Yeah.
Oh, that stinks.
You know what? I kind of just realized this now. I kind of forgot that there was a repair button in this game. Like, you could just instantly repair your weapon instead of having to drag the repair powder.
Yeah, and you can also use it to repair the weapon that you don't have equipped, which is handy. Occasionally.
Oh, headshot. So, we called her Red. What's her actual name?
Ruby.
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 Good
Sadly
God,
not-
the way this rock
that's
moves.
fast.
Sadly not M Red, but Red nonetheless.
I mean, she does have a nice rack. You can't deny it.
On. Those are slightly different skeletons than the ones you deal with in the main game.
Yeah, they got a bunch of different types here. And there's the Crystal Eyeball, which is the backfloor key for this dungeon. And they drop pretty constantly.
Okay, so do you get to show the back door?
I will be doing that.
Oh gosh, this.
Montage music?
How many floors are in the demon shaft?
There are 100 floors.
Oh.
I think floor 100 is the boss. I've never actually been to it myself. And they're just to show the elemental difference. If you pick the right element for the job, you do double damage.
Awesome.
Yeah, too bad these enemies have like multiples of them, so you're gonna have to change them like
Like
in
crazy.
the menu. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
you can
thing.
do that, or you can have each character equipped with a different element that's appropriate to those enemies and just switch characters.
Yeah.
I guess, but that still means you spend time in the menu.
Yeah.
It does. There are a lot of things the second game improved on this one, and one of them was taking away most of the menuing.
Honestly, though,
why
the
don't we do
second
the second
game's
game?
Super Dungeon was was actually a lot better done than the Demon Shaft was.
Never played the second one, so yeah.
Well, the second
Okay.
one, I think we actually mentioned it before, but the Dark Genie has a lot more involvement with the second game, or at least in the Super Dungeon of the second game.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
The
so here's the
sup-
back floor. It's completely dark, and you have almost no visibility.
Yeesh.
Nice gimmick, but pain in the ass gimmick nonetheless.
Yeah,
well-
here's another thing that didn't come up much in the LP is various weapon skills. I already talked about stealing a little bit.
You just
And
threw a
here,
freaking apple
Try
at it.
poisoning her. It didn't work. But the weapon actually has the poison attribute on.
So you
yeah,
basically
let me-
just wasted it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
like
hey,
they're
she's
good
poisoned.
for anything. Yep.
Oh, I have makeup all over me.
Honestly, the
Yeah,
weapon
then she's
skills. Honestly, the only weapon skill that seems useful, since a lot of the time you're just overpowering enemies, the only one that seems useful is Steel.
Well, there's also critical, which has a certain chance of killing the enemy with every hit.
Oh,
That is
just
awesome.
outright.
It would have
It's-
been nice if I found some of those weapons during the playthrough.
Yeah, well, the weapon that gives you critical is probably the rarest weapon there is.
Really?
And I think
what's
it probably is the one that I built up to this Babel Spear. You get a 5-foot nail.
5-foot nail?
Yep, it is just a giant nail.
Alright.
I mean, it's effective.
No, especially since it's got a chance of killing enemies with every hit.
That is amazing. That sounds... Dude, that would turn the Sword of Zeus into one of the best weapons in the game.
And it makes just about any weapon better. And there I am finally discovering you use ice on Anti-Medu. I mean, this is a back floor enemy, so they've got double HP or double defense, one or the other, and
Well,
I can still
best guess.
actually defeat them.
The best guess is probably double HP. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
I think effectively enemies just have a permanent stamina boost. Yeah,
Mhm.
and back floor clubs will kill you in one hit.
holy shit!
This game doesn't want you to, like, this backdoor is evil.
Yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon has the same kind of stupid shit that happens throughout that game. Like, in the final boss against Darkrai, that thing has a chance to one-hit kill Cresselia. That's on the Cresselia on your team, and if she dies, it's game over.
Fuck that shit, man. It's not only that, but a stupid nightmare effect, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
There's another nice thing about the second game, they got rid of the switch powders.
Switch powders?
Yeah, in this game, if the character you're using dies and you don't have a revival powder equipped, you have to use a switch powder to switch to a different character. And then you can use a revival character on the character you were using.
What? Oh, okay.
It's another king mimic. Again.
Welcome back, old enemy we didn't... Again, Hal's luck with encountering mimics was beautiful by the last part, by the last segment of the, by that last part of the entire LP.
Yeah. I mean, they're really not all that bad. I don't think they've got an elemental weakness, although it wouldn't surprise me if they're weak to
Then
like,
it-
wind or something I didn't try.
Then again, you're fighting a mimic with a gun, so yeah, I think you got the distance game already intact.
They're almost,
Almost any enemy that you can reliably hit with a laser, you can just stun lock.
They're almost as scary as skeletons with a gun in their hand.
Yeah.
I got a bone to pick with you.
It just walks off.
Oh, and cleared up. Uh-oh, trap chest.
And then I killed everybody.
Mhm.
This creepy clown showed up.
Well, that's a cool looking sword.
That it sucks.
Yeah, Sandbreaker has the thirst ability on it. So it makes your thirst meter decrease faster, but every enemy you kill will refill a full drop.
Whoa.
So it's not worth?
It depends. It's the opposite of the quench ability, which you can just buy on kitchen knives and queens.
Mm-hmm.
So you can give everybody an ability that just halves your thirst rate.
That is true.
That's cool. That,
But you can only have one or the other, and if you put one on a weapon, then you can't get rid.
Oh. Alright. Is there a way you can remove weapon skills in this game, or is it if you put it on a weapon, it's permanent?
In this one, if you put it on a weapon, it's permanent.
Gotcha.
You can cancel it out by putting the opposing element on it as an attachment, but if you build up with it, then the original ability will come back.
Ah, okay.
So the angel gear that Xiao is using should have the heal ability, but I put the drain ability on it first. And
Okay.
basically, when it upgraded, it would normally gain the heal ability, it just lost drain. So if I ever get another Bone Rapier or a Drain Seeker, I can add drain to it, which I think is a much better ability.
Alright.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. There's a lot of hidden mechanics. There's a lot of mechanics in this game that really weren't shown off. But I mean, I'm not blaming Hal for that. But it's just like this game seems like you can just ignore a lot of its base mechanics and still be perfectly fine with beating the game.
Yeah, you can, and the first time I beat the game, I did that. I was nowhere near prepared for the Demon Shaft at that point. So this game I played through actually intentionally building up all my weapons properly throughout, so...
Why is it called the Demon Shaft?
No idea. I'm guessing the boss is probably a demon of some kind.
I may have to look this up. I may have to look up what the final boss is, because I might as well, since I'm one of this group who Googles everything that needs to be answered.
Pretty
It's a
sure
hammer
this-
on King Mimic.
Oh yeah.
The neat thing is, King Mimic's clapping attack drains exactly half your HP.
Ouch. So it's like wave cannon.
Yeah, but it's never gonna kill you.
So the final boss, the boss of the Demon Shaft is Dark Knight Pendragon, and if it sounds as obvious as is, it is a Dark Knight, is a Garland-looking dude with a cool-looking sword on top of a tiger with an armored tiger with a horn sticking out of its forehead.
Sorry, I misheard the. He has a great body. Yeah, I know. Okay, he has. I misheard you for a second. I thought you said there was like the knight, the demon knight, and then a tiger, and then on top of the tiger is another tiger.
No. Here, let me.
It's a mount
It's
riding a mount.
tigers all the way down. So yeah, here's the proper way to fight Steel Giant. From a distance with magic.
Yep.
Easy
Screw
peasy
you,
lemon
I have.
squeezy.
Screw you, I have magic. Also, I do like that. I think, that Ruby was probably the easiest character to recruit next to Stray Cat, because Ruby was straight up, yeah, I'll just join your crew. Why not?
She literally has nothing. Oh, ouch.
Owie.
Yeah,
how'd you
well,
live?
I've got the stamina boost, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be able to fight very effectively.
True. Just get your
Alright.
distance characters.
Here. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna post the image in chat real quick.
Against Antimudu, I actually find that Ungaga's weapon is probably the most effective. It's good at keeping her at a distance.
That's true.
But yeah, this guy actually looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Like, again, he looks like Garland, but with a giant red red sword.
He doesn't knock people down.
Yeah, he probably does.
Holy crap, it does look kinda cool.
Yeah, and he's riding a giant like black tiger with a horn that's armored and shit. Like it looks cool. And yeah,
he
beating
just
him
clubbed your face.
and beating him drops the Chronicle 2 sword, which I'm gonna see what that looks like, because I gotta see what this dude looks like. Let's see, strategy.
Go Kitty Lolly.
Also, his
Oh.
fight's a two-phase fight.
Oh, so his tiger grows another tiger to ride on.
Yes.
I
Not
think
sure
I
what.
might actually keep playing this after we're done recording, and see if I can get that far. I just didn't ever have the patience before.
If you can, I wish you luck on that.
How long did this take you? This entire dungeon?
Well, I started at floor 33 for the video, and over the course of about 3 days.
It took you 3 whole days to record the entire thing. Dear God.
Well, I was just doing a couple floors a day, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
cut
Dude! Oh, I'm sorry, but the dart. Oh, that sword looks so cool! Okay.
Chronicle 2?
Yeah! It looks like the sword of Zeus, but even more beefed up. Hold on a sec.
Put it in chat.
I am.
Yeah.
Way for dealing with.
Ah.
And actually,
That's been-
any enemy that charges at you and doesn't use projectiles, you can shut them down with a wind attack.
Yeah, this is what the sword looks like.
Wow. That does look really cool.
Yeah, it's the sword of Zeus, but beefed up even more somehow.
I have to put those in the thread.
Oh man, this is.
This is the spot that I hate probably more than anything.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Because it changes the attributes of your weapon. Like here, I lost 2 points. I probably gained something, but I don't know what, because I don't remember what my stats were before.
Mm-hmm.
It just like raises and lowers the stats of whatever weapon you've got equipped
Yeah.
in unpredictable ways.
All right.
So it's basically the limited rooms of this place.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
see, I don't think that Demon Shaft even has limited floors, because it can't restrict you to a particular character, since you're not guaranteed to have any given character.
That's
Yeah.
true.
The way this place is structured reminds me a lot of the Chrysler Building in Parasite Eve. If you've ever played that.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah. Well, like the Chrysler Building is the super dungeon of Parasite Eve, and completing that gives you the true ending of the game. And the way it's structured is that you can technically get to the top of the Chrysler Building from the beginning of the game, but it is heavily recommended you don't do that.
Wow.
Because first off, it's a 50-floor dungeon, and second off, you fight a super boss at the end of that 50-floor dungeon.
And yet you get the true ending. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the point is that you're supposed to play it across like multiple playthroughs, or it's like you can run up 10 floors every chapter or something like that. But you can technically get to the top, but I don't recommend it.
Alright, well, we know who's playing Parasite Eve for this commentary group.
I'd be down for it. I love Parasite Eve.
I never played it, so yeah.
If only Aya could move faster in that game, then I'd love it even more. But, But yeah. So it's cool though that you can just run this with one character. It's probably not recommended to run this with one character, but you can do it.
Is Steve saying the waffle dance?
Waffle.
Feels to dead.
Kind of. I'm surprised at how many lines he's got for some of these enemies.
Yeah. They put a lot of effort into this joke weapon.
Steve is trying to loot the lolly. That's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Wow, he is still going.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Wheatley. He never shuts up.
Mm-hmm. Holy crap.
Did you leave him down there?
I was building up Steve. I think I got him to +4. And when I get him to +5, I'll kind of have to break him down and put him in a different weapon.
Aw, poor Steve.
He lived as he lived as he died. A great weapon.
He tripped on his own shoelaces.
Don't worry, he becomes a Gundam in the sequel.
Excuse me?
Steve in Dark Cloud 2 is pretty much your kill everything button.
Oh my god. Seriously?
Hal? After Star Ocean 3, we need to play Dark Chronicle.
I mean, I was almost tempted to do Dark Chronicle right after this, but I think we might have been a bit burnt out after 40 parts of this, and then an even bigger game afterwards. So that's how I thought I'd break up with Star Ocean 3.
Yeah, I still want to get through Star Ocean 3 because that's a fantastic game. So, and it is much better than Faithlessness and Integrity.
Wow, you do no damage to this goal.
Yeah, he's just a goal, not even a golem.
I don't think I'm using the best element for it.
No. You're supposed to shoot. You should have aimed for the head.
No, it's not obvious enough. You're not cocking it sideways. He won't die that easily if you don't cock it sideways.
A little dance.
Oh, stun lock.
You can shut down just about anything.
Yeah.
That does nothing though.
That is a weird glitch though. It's like just waiting for that right moment for the enemy to die, just to quickly get abs.
Yeah, the second game actually more explicitly made it clear that yeah, you can kill an enemy with one weapon and then get the abs on another.
That's cool.
I don't know whether it was a glitch or whether it was actually the intended way to do it here.
I mean, it's like Pokemon where you can do swap training.
That is true. That is very true.
Mm-hmm. And trust me, for some Pokemon, it's a lot more recommended than others.
Yeah. I just figure that given the timing that you have to do with it is really tight, that probably wasn't the way they meant you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so here's a trapped chest.
Wow.
And I think the chests just in the Demon Shaft have different text. This, I don't think, is a version difference.
Huh.
Mardingarian. What?
Yep. I caught a Mardingarian at, in the second village, so it just tells you what trap it is. You never have to guess.
What?
The Brave Ark.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I think Hal talked about that.
I don't remember.
It was technically Needle King that brought up first in the thread, and then I explained a bit more in the actual video, but I never actually did it in video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I think I remember you did talk about it, but you didn't actually talk about it in the LP itself.
Yeah, so I figured that was the main thing I wanted to show here, was just show me opening a trap chest so you could see how the Mardingarian works.
That is a
Before,
cool aspect.
after I stopped recording, there was a trap chest that didn't have a trap in it. It goes through the whole, do you want to tear away the trap and you risk damaging yourself? And then I said yes, and it says, it seems there was no trap.
These are not the traps you're looking for.
Yeah, but it was a weapon for Tone anyway, and my inventory was full, so I just left it.
Aw. But yeah, so far these weapons are pretty cool. Oh.
Yeah, a lot of it is just dedication to building up the stats enough that they do damage to the various enemies.
Yeah.
And of course, I wrote up a chart with what type of gems are good for each stat.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Such
could build up the
dedication.
weapons efficiently.
Such dedication.
I think this might also be the file where I consistently had the maximum amount of money that you can have.
Wow.
Because you hit those spots that double your money if you've got enough of it to start with. You can get up to 65,536.
Wow.
And then I just spend half of that money on gems and go back into the dungeon and double it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's finally fucking dead.
Yeah.
Gun his ass down.
I mean, that's just a basic weapon you can pick up, no upgrades or anything.
Nice.
And building it up to whatever comes next. And Bishop Q's... At least I know I've seen this enemy in Dark Cloud 2. I don't think I've ever seen it elsewhere in this one.
A lot of the monsters that I've seen in the Demon Shaft and 2, but aren't they in the main game of this?
Yeah, that's weird, but
I guess it's a sequelitis. Since they referenced the past in Dark Chronicle, it makes sense that they referenced the future in this game.
Yeah, I had played through most of the sequel before I did anything much in the Demon Shaft here, and I just remember being stunned at how many of the enemies here were enemies I remember from that game.
Oh,
And look,
the lave bat.
it's a old pal, the wave bat.
Lave bats!
I swear to God, it looks like a fucking L.
Dude, the
It's real, I tell you.
I'm not kidding. I love how I spent the entirety of a part thinking that was an L. That C is an L.
Yep.
I spent like
There's text.
the entirety.
I can't believe we're ending on a lave bat.
Yeah. Oh no, but we ended on a Bishop Q.
Oh shit!
Honestly, the only annoying part with this game, it seems, is constantly having to pause to switch between all 6 of your characters.
Yeah, I hate that. So I don't like that part of this game.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to not only happen in with weapons, so ally switch, but weapons switching and repairing and element switching as well.
Mm-hmm.
The sequel kind of fixes that by just having 2 main characters.
Kind of.
Yeah, 2 characters, 2 weapons each, and the elements aren't selectable. Just every weapon has whatever element it's got.
That's good.
What if you ignore the fish? Does the fish does like the fish actually slap you and then runs off? No, is it paired with an idiot?
You activate the trap.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like, does the fish do anything else, or is it just tells you what the trap is?
Yeah, it tells you what the trap is. If you catch one, then you can trade fishing points for the Marden sword.
Oh.
And the sword builds up not based on stats, but based on how many Mardigarians you've caught.
1.
Huh. Okay.
They're also worth quite a bit of fishing points. I think you'll get anywhere from 100 to 200 for a Martingarian, and you can trade 100 fishing points for any gem you want.
Nice. Well,
So, it can be another way to build up your weapons.
Wow, we already got through all 36 minutes of that Demon Shaft video. That was...
That's because it ended on a lave bat, and we laughed our asses off.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, oh trusty lave bat. Do we see them again in Dark Chronicle?
Probably, but with
Sure.
proper text.
Oh, I'll miss the lave bat.
Yeah.
He was the best.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to personally thank Nido King for not only recording this, but joining us today.
Seriously, dude. Like, it's probably one of the best parts about this is just knowing that someone was in the background of our videos, silently judging Hal in his playthrough.
It was fun getting to watch the game again and not having to play through the whole thing myself.
Mm-hmm. But also listening to 3, sometimes 2 chuckle fucks talk about a game for between 15 to 30 minutes.
You gotta invite that third chuckle fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just kick him out of your room.
But yeah, seriously, dude. Yeah, thanks again for recording this Demon Shaft video.
Yeah, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks for letting me be part of the group.
No problem, dude.
No problem.
All right, and that, I mean, yeah, I guess it's kind of an anticlimactic thing, but yeah, thanks for Dark Cloud, fun game.
Mm-hmm.